Pressure on India. They can't let them collect freely.
Shadab normally the go-to bowler for Pakistan in T20Is, and this situation India will probably be thinking spin on, time to attack.
Run out, should be, fumble, could still be out. What a mess. What a complete and utter mess. And it may well be the skipper who got it wrong.
Copy umpire review for run out at the striker's end. TV umpire to director, we have an umpire review for run out at the striker's end. Can I see your best side on angle, please? I'm going to need to see a view from front on here, please, to see if actually the ball or the stumps break the wicket. Keep that rolling through, please. Yeah, keep that rolling through, please. I'm going to need to go back to your best side on angle, please. I just want to make sure that the ball breaks the stumps before the wicket-keeper's gloves. Yeah, I'm going to have to just see a split screen on this, please. Keep it rolling through, 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 please. Freeze it there, please. Yeah, freeze it there, please. I'm ready with my decision for the big screen.
He's gone. Axar Patel is gone. And Babar Azam is the player that breathes the biggest sigh of relief there, because his fumble, and look at the celebrations, his fumble nearly cost the opportunity, and there was another fumble. But through it all, Pakistan get it right.
Experiment with Axar didn't work. Out for 2 is 31 for 4.
I firmly believe they thought they'd got it wrong. They went back to their positions as if they weren't going to get a chance. And they got rid of Axar Patel, which means Hardik Pandya comes out. But it was the case of fumbles. It wasn't pure, but it was effective.
All a bit frantic. Yes, no, sent back. Babar Azam misses it. Poor throw. Rizwan, well, he thought that he lost it. He didn't get it in his gloves. And his reaction was that we've messed this up, because it's not in his gloves.
You are absolutely right. Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan both thought they'd got it wrong. They both thought they got it wrong. The body language was so obvious. And yet, somehow, they got it right. Staggering. Fumble here. Fumble there. Look at the reaction. Rizwan's, they can't believe their luck. They simply cannot believe their luck. Statistician has just informed us, Richard Isaacs, that India have never won when they've been 32 for 4. So that will be a first.
You can see Pakistan switched on. That new ball burst. Now with their best bowler operating, they're pretty comfortable. 33 for 4 India.
Now getting all of this from the sideline, square onto the wicket, is Isha Guhar, and Isha, I've got to say, from up here, There's some crazy stuff going on. What about down there?
Well, it's all been happening, I have to say that. I tell you what, though, the Indian fans are a little bit subdued at the moment. At the halfway stage, they might have felt they were in the game, especially with the batting lineup that they had. But Pakistan have been outstanding. They believed in the power play. They've removed some key men, and they're all up and about in the stands currently. But don't write India off, because Virat Kohli is still there. Hardik Pandya, we know what he can do, especially when he gets going. But I think that last wicket was a crucial one.
He's got to find an ally, though. Who are these allies?
Well, it's got to be Hardik Pandya, but the reason I say that last wicket was a crucial one is because it means that Mohammad Nawaz can come into his work with that left-hander gone. There's not too many left-handers in this Indian side, so he has the chance to operate against the right-handers. I thought it might have been a bit of a dilemma for Babar Azam as to when to bowl him as the fifth bowler, but he's been able to come straight into his work against two right-handers.
Yeah, excellent point. Excellent point. Good captaincy too, to realise that window of opportunity. The other thing that's happened too, Isha, as you well know, the required run rate just gone up to 10. Psychologically, 10 and over all of a sudden, in difficult conditions it seems.
Difficult conditions, but when you've got Hardik Pandya there, you know you can score at 12s, 13s, 14s and over. So for these two, it's about rebuilding. It's about taking it deep, like MS Dhoni used to do with Virat Kohli out in the middle. Virat can run quickly between the wickets. He'll just want to be looking to work the ball and run those twos hard. And let's not forget Dinesh Karthik, one of the best finishers going round at the moment.
Yeah, look, for India now to win these next 12.1 overs have to go completely their way. They don't have any sort of leeway. Pakistan at the moment bossing the game, yes, but they themselves were 44 for 2, so it's not much in it at this stage. Just these singles right now won't hurt Pakistan, but it'll build India in a way. It's 38 for 4.
And on screen is the man at centre stage here, Virat Kohli, one thinks. Nicely bowled. Pick up a single. And as you say, they will not mind singles, Pakistan. The big shots that are going to hurt them, they're going to get India back in.
Yeah, just in this sort of stage, is that middle over stage, it's sort of mellowed down. Both sides happy to just sit back. Pakistan more so. India have been forced to sit back.
Well, we talk about who has to do it. Well, he's done it before. 78 not out. 57, 55 not out. Can he do it for a fourth time?
The other great thing about having the World Cup in Australia is that it evens it up. Batting first, batting second, there's no discerning factor of actually added advantage of chasing. Subcontinent, you always want to be chasing, much easier batting second. Australia, not as simple.
Well, Ishi, you did the pitch report with Michael Clark, and Michael Clark said, get them on the board. Get them on the board. Probably thought more than 160, but get them on the board indeed now.
Run's always crucial to have on the board, as we see in tournament play. India back themselves chasing, but they've lost some crucial wickets here. And with that run rate being driven up, you just think that India will have to take a risk or two against these spinners. They can't just let them operate as they are at the moment. 41 for 4.
Hands down the greatest atmosphere I've ever seen in a cricket game. Promise you. Use of the feet. Nice piece of adjustment too from Nawaz.
Aisha talked about the matchup, the left arm spin to the right hander. I don't think they care about the matchup, they care about the party here. Into the leg side. Pakistan, well, they got 99 of their final 10. Now India require 118, so they'll have to go some. And it was that little break in play, or that drinks break, that really kicked Pakistan on after that. Maybe India just trying to follow suit.
Look at Rizwan, that's beautifully placed. Rizwan, the keeper, has sprinted 40 yards. In fact, 3 players have, and that is placement to perfection. Absolute perfection.
Yep, just picked that pocket and came back for 2. It's been weighted beautifully so that it didn't go anywhere near those deep fielders, and it was in the gap.
Feel they need a shot of authority, India. As you say, they might wait now. They'll reassess in 2 balls' time. But they need a 1 or 2 shots of authority, just psychologically, to put Pakistan slightly more on the back foot. The ones are fine. They'll live with the ones, Pakistan. 1 or 2 big blows. If not now, straight after drinks.
Yeah, need to throw some punches. Right now, everything in Pakistan's favour. Nothing that India have come back with. Almost halfway through the innings, and only at just 4s, 4.47.
Hit ferociously hard by Hardik Pandya. He did well. Nawaz to parry that away. It is 45 for 4 after 10 overs. Time for a drink and time for both sides to take stock here in Melbourne.
Not only do India need a partnership, but there needs to be a sense of urgency in trying to get that partnership going.
Yeah, the balance now, the hard thing. When do I take a risk, and how big a risk do I take? I feel like both Hardik and Virat, they've played so much T20 cricket, 2 class players, so India probably couldn't ask for 2 better players at the crease, but just got to work out what risk will they take. Even they look to go hard along the ground rather than try and hit that ball over long off or long on, just to try and pick up a couple of boundaries, get some momentum.
Good point, because both these bowlers, the spinners, they don't give too much air, especially Shadab. It's very difficult to get under him and hit him for 6. So that boundary option becomes important, where you got to play the field. So with Pakistan, they took that chance. They broke away in 2 overs of spin with 5 sixes, and that got some momentum. When you look at that innings, last 10 overs, 99. That's a fine shot. Hit hard into the ground and down the ground for 4.
That's the way. I think that's class. I think it's smart batting. It's shortest boundary straight. Look to hit it hard along the ground. You still get that 4. I know it's sort of maximum, but just a couple of those to build some momentum. Then you might get a bad ball. You can take a short ball, pull shot for 6, or a full toss for 6. It just needs some momentum.
Yes, he does pack a punch, Hardik Pandya.
Major difference here is just the wickets in hand. It's when does India press, completely go? If they're 2 down, they probably go now. 10 overs, 9.5 overs to go. But being 4 down, they might just have to, these 2 just go steady for, might be 2 more overs.
That's the thing, right? You mentioned till when? Is it till the 12th over, 13th over? But after that, both these players will have to look for the boundary every over at least. But they don't want this required rate to climb with the fast bowlers coming back into the attack.
Change in the field. Cover comes to point as well. Open up that offside. Not bowling. Man on the boundary. Just another single for India.
And they'll be quite happy. .52 for 4. Hardik Pandya becomes the first Indian to score over 1,000 runs and take 50 wickets in T20 cricket. The 8th overall. Good placement. Will get 2. It's a good over from India's point of view. 9 of it, 54 for 4. In the 18th, 19th over, just like Shan Masood did for Pakistan. Here's Mohammad Abbas. That's a good hit. First 6 of the innings.
It's a great shot from Hardik Pandya. Stepped away, made the bowler follow him, gave himself a little bit of room. And here in Australia with that consistent bounce, he just swings through the line.
He realizes he's a very good reader of the game. He captains a side in franchise cricket. He knows India need a move on here. They need to get some momentum and put the pressure back on the opposition. Let them know that you're still coming. It's a good start to the over. First ball 6.
And smart batting, looking to go straight. Pakistan got their field set up for Hardik Pandya. A lot of defenders, a lot of fielders defending that straight area. They got, instead of a deep point, he's more of a straight cover. Long off, long on, really straight for Hardik Pandya. So they want him to go across the line. Good captaincy from Pakistan.
Yes, it's the shorter boundary, and that's what he'll target, either along the ground or over the bowler's head if he gets the opportunity.
This is where I just think Virat has to he doesn't need the boundaries. Hardik will find those, but if he can look to get that ball in the gap, Pakistan thinking about referring this.
The man from backward point kept running. They have gone up.
I think inside edge.
Copy, Rod. Player review for court. Original decision is not out. TV umpire to director. We have a player review for court. Original decision is not out. Front foot checked. It's a fair delivery. Move on to front on spin vision, please. Keep that rolling through, please. Keep it rolling through, please. Okay, ball is close to the bat. Can we go to ultra edge when available, please? Ultra edge when ready, please. Still waiting for ultra edge. Ultra edge coming up now. Keep it rolling through, please. Flat line there. Keep it rolling through, right through, please. Just want to make sure it doesn't hit the glove on the way out. Keep it rolling through, please. Keep it going right through. Right through. Thank you. You're going to go back to Rod on field. Rod, you can stay with your original decision of not out. You're on screen now. Signal.
Really missing the bat. Review gone. That's a good hit. Beautiful use of the feet. Second 6 of the over. The first for Kohli.
That'll do Virat's confidence the world of good. This is a beautiful shot. Doesn't look to overhit it. down the wicket, good use of the feet. Once again, shortest boundary, but times this beautifully. Head nice and still, good balance, just checks that beautifully.
Just the kind of over India need. They've got 2 sixes, they've got 13 of the over. That's some momentum going their way. Still 2 balls left. Smart batting. Both these players, they've got the skill, they've got the experience, they've got the temperament for the big occasion. Get things moving. Very good balance when he played it.
Like with Hardik, he knows. Grabbing momentum. Run rate coming down. Getting a bit more control back, India.
So here's Afridi back in the attack.
A big over, Ravi, big over from India. Hardik started at first ball, the over. That's right out of the middle. Then this, the experience and class of Virat Kohli. And Hardik finishes it with another one. 20 off the over. Game on here.
This is exactly how Pakistan broke free with 3 sixes and an over. Good cricket from India. Targeting the right areas. Immediate change of pace being brought back. He'll want 2 here. He'll get it easily. And see the crowd warming up now. They realise this could be a real good contest.
That's smart batting. The MCG, plenty of those. Get the ball in the gap. Such a big ground, particularly square of the wicket. Pick up lots of 2s.
Oh, good fielding. And keep the batsman down to 1. So let's now go to a magic moment. A year ago tomorrow.
Just a single. Are they going to get a second? Yeah, they're charging back for the second. This could be the moment. This is the moment. And all of Pakistan will celebrate as with these 2 young men out there.
So here's Afridi. And beautifully flicked away. He'll find the boundary. Just using the pace of the bowler and the angle. And the 50 partnership comes up.
Does it well, Virat. Opens up this leg side. Fine leg up inside the circle. Again, angle in. Uses the pace. 140 Ks off the bat even quicker.
Chipped in the air, he'll get only a single. 9 of the overs so far, so India getting those overs they want.
See with this field as well, at the moment, 3 out on the leg side. India, anything to the leg side, unless they get at that leg glance, I think they're going to look for 2. Bunt it towards that mid-wicket, mid-on circle and push for 2. Their boundary's going to be through the offside. I think Hardie's going to look to go either, I was going to say over mid-off, but then Bubba's making a change now. Mid-off goes back to long-off. Third man comes inside the circle. So any width outside off, you might see Hardik Pandya try and freeze hands.
That's what he might not want to allow him to do. Pull into the stumps. That's a beauty to end the over. 83 for 4. But India will target him in this over. Last over of spin, we saw 20 taken. That's a good shot. It's in the gap, and it's straddling, and it beats the field. It's a boundary of the first ball, and very powerfully struck.
It's not the worst ball because the captain's got the field set for him to bowl that length. He's got 3 men on the cut shot. Virat Kohli, again, the timing, the placement. He's got to get it in front of that man, and he does. The man out on the boundary is a lot straighter. Very good batting, good placement.
Now Hardik on strike.
I'm nervous, Rav, I'm nervous. I think he's going big here, Hardik. I think he wants a maximum. So do they. Haven't they absolutely got back into the game after that big over at 20? Easy miss one there. There to cut. Again, 3 men in that area. Got to get it perfectly in the gap to get a boundary. Nice line. Hard to free his hands. Back of the length. Smartly played as well. Happy to take a single. In good, Baba. Used his bowlers well. Used his spinners very well.
He still has 1 over of Mohammad Nawaz. When does he use it? Again, good delivery. It's a good comeback after that boundary first ball. Hardik telling him, no, we already had 1 run out. Another one will be 1 too many. It's heaved away on the onside, just a single. A good over from Pakistan's point of view. 7 conceded, 90 for 4. Two is the call, and he'll get it easily. He's really focused now. He is in. He has a job on his hand. Let's hear what he has to say.
You wake up excited for these kind of games, and you feel grateful that you're part of this game in a way that you're playing the game, and not just watching it as a spectator. So you also feel very grateful for the opportunity.
But he's out there in the middle with an opportunity, for sure.
Like that again, Virat. Iron leg up, 3rd man up. It's been a brilliant partnership. They're giving themselves a chance, India, there's no doubt about it. 4 wickets early and under the pump. Played the conditions well. Pakistan deserves so much credit for the way they're bowled. And even to manage, really, to get to that total. Set a target of 160 after being under so much pressure early.
And they fielded well. The ground fielding has been good. It's a good partnership, though. Took their time, and then it was Hardik Pandya who cut loose. Virat Kohli followed using his feet. A flurry of 6s. That set the tone, and the runs started to flow. And plenty more needed of that because this required rate is still a steep one. Oh, good shot. Quick hands, good wrist.
Once again, playing conditions beautifully. Comes down the wicket. Seen a couple of slower balls in this over, so Virat picks this is not going to be off pace. It's going to be quick. Comes down the wicket. Gets it angled into the stumps and bang, beats that man at 45. He knows it's 4. not the worst delivery. Fraction straight, but geez, it's a good shot.
Both these players know that in the final overs they can really up the ante. Dangerous players, they've been in these situations quite often. It's just securing that they reach a stage where they know they have no choice but to go.
Even now, Rav, they got wickets in hand. Only 4 down, but you're about to hit the 15th over mark, so they can afford the last 5 to go as hard as they like. Different when it was the 10th over.
Yes, and with Dinesh Karthik still to come. 10 off the over. The 100 comes up for the loss of 4.
Alongside me.
It's hot in the com box as well.
I think the game rests on the 2 overs that Haris Rauf has to bowl. His partnership worth 69.
And Haris Rauf is the death bowler for Pakistan. We haven't seen that slow one yet, which is pretty brilliant, but he's decided to just smash the pitch. 12 an over required, and you feel India need a big over, something 15, 16, even more in the next couple.
Need 2. There's 1 over from Nawaz left. Be interesting to see how Babar is playing that one Nawaz over. And they get 1 for the throw. They can't. Just a single. They won't run on the overthrow. 59 now of 28.
They're brilliant with the ball tonight. Haris Rauf, short of a length, and just kept banging it in. Kept it simple. His pace was up, and that helped him.
I think that wicket of Surya Kumar Yadav could well go down as the defining moment. He was looking very good. Now to Kohli. Good ball again. I remember saying before this tournament started, Pakistan's 2 key cricketers didn't think were Rizwan and Babar. I thought it was Shaheen Afridi at the top and Haris Rauf at the back end. He's pumped, he's bowling quick. That last ball was 148.
And both those hard overs as Haris Rauf in the power play at that back end, closing innings off. 3 deliveries, just a single.
That's what happens with the extra pace, the ball hurrying onto the bat, and now they'll be doing their calculations. Just 2 runs from this over. They know they need at least 10s and then hope for a big finish. So Hardik has no option but to play the boundary shot now. Middle overs, 69 for 1 India in those 9. But the first 6, just 31 for 3. After 10 they were 45. He'll bowl straight. To the offside, maybe is the opportunity for Hardik. Oh dear. He did get a glove to it though, did Rizwan. But that will be called wide. There's nothing that dampens the spirit of a fielding side than a wide that goes for 4. It's 5 runs and the ball isn't counted.
And this is brilliant from Rizwan though. He's made sure that he saved the boundary. Just a little bit of glove on it. That might well have been 5 wides if it wasn't for flying Rizwan.
They've 2 there. 5 of the over now. 2 balls to come still. It's a fine over so far.
And every delivery that doesn't go to the fence, that required rate jumps up. Now it's 13.2. Remember, Haris Rauf still has another 7 deliveries to go. So Pakistan are banking on him to close the innings out and apply as much pressure as possible and make it easier for the rest. Well, he's done phenomenally this over.
How good is Naseem Shah? Young man hasn't seen a lot of cricket. He's bowled 3 overs for 17 so far. Just 5 from this over. I think he's searching for the 2. They won't get the 2. They won't get the 2. In retrospect, it might have been on, but you can't look in retrospect. 106 for 4. That produces spectacles, and we've had a good match so far. We're just drifting away maybe from India. 54 to get from 4. After that over from Haris Rauf that only produced 6. Now Naseem Shah will bowl out. Just a single. He's done well there. Crammed the batsman for room. This is good bowling.
Babar holding that over of Nawaz back. He knows that Pakistan could possibly close it out in the next couple of overs. Now Kohli on strike. Boundary riders in front of the wicket. Third and fine leg in the circle.
Wants to go over the top. The timing isn't great, but he does go over the top. Should come back for 2. It's just ticking away. It's not quite speeding for India this game. It's ticking, but it's moving.
Yeah, they need a couple of blows. They need boundaries now. Pakistan will be happy with every delivery that doesn't go to the fence. And for that boundary option, Kohli will have to look behind the wicket. Point, short third, fine leg.
Swing and a miss. I think he was looking to go over third man. You'll see the fielders at short third, both of them standing outside, just coming in as the ball is about to be delivered. So this is what Virat is seeing. Deep mid-wicket. It's a long distance away. Somewhere far away in the distance is deep mid-wicket. He'll have to strain his eyes to see long on. A very good-looking shot, but it's only a single, right? We just heard, Smithy, that there's 90,238 people down. It's 239 now that you're gone. Is it cold? Can you feel the heat in the stadium?
Well, actually, there's 241 now because Ravi Shastri's joined me down here as well. So it is cold. It is cold, Harsh. You stay up there. Don't worry. You stay nice and warm up there. We'll just get the tension, the icy tension down at ground level here. You can feel it, though. You can sense it. It is just brilliant. The crowd are loving it.
Let me just add 2 for Ravi.
No, 1 each.
Okay.
And I don't know what you're getting at there, but just 1 each. They need a boundary, in all seriousness. India need a boundary. These are 2 terrific players at the crease. But even the crowd, the knowledgeable ones in the crowd, know that ones are not going to get it done. This has been a terrific over of bowling.
And the previous one from Haris Rauf, only 4 so far. Again, the bouncer high into Hardik. They're taking one for the throw. Virat will get there. Doesn't hurt Pakistan that. Just 2 runs off it. 6 came from it. It's 1-1, 2 for 4. Smithy, always wondered down there. We're seeing real quality pace. How does it look like from down there, the pace that these 3 bowlers are generating?
Oh, this is the quickest pitch I've seen in this competition so far, without doubt. There's been carry throughout. You only have to look just how far back Mohammad Rizwan is. He's confident he's going to get carried there. He's back that far also because he's trying to cut off the ramp shot that goes fine. So but there is genuine pace in this pitch. We'll see it now.
Gets hold of it, puts it in the gap, gets it over! 50 comes up for Virat Kohli. He's a run machine when it comes to playing against Pakistan.
That has landed about 15 yards away to my right, and I believe it's landed inside the line, inside the barrier, just.
Right, we're getting the replay. Right, this is Smith Vision. Smith vision is spot on. That's 4. Geez, Smithy, your eyes are getting sharper with age.
Well, wasn't that far away, Harsha, to be fair, but every one of those is crucial. Every one of those is crucial. We are going close here. You are going to call something very close to a super over here, Harsha Bogle.
No, Smithy. No, Smithy. You and super overs 50 came of 43 balls, but a boundary of the first. Wide down the leg side, Shaheen Afridi. Is the pressure telling just a little bit? They've got loads of runs in the bank, but just seems the pressure's telling a little.
India want this to be the over. It's about time. They can't really afford another one of those where they don't get a big over. Has to be. First delivery gone for 5.
Beautifully bowled. Now Kohli wants 2. He's very quick between the wickets. He just manufactures runs against Pakistan. His average is 67. The strike rate is a little low, but he just keeps scoring runs, and today's held this innings together. The question is, can he now give it the finishing kick? Seven of the over so far from 2. Squeezes it over. It's in the gap there, but does it have enough to go to the boundary? It's a bit of a race. It goes through. Virat Kohli hits another boundary. It's 11 of the over from 3.
Backing away, turning it on Virat Kohli now. Shaheen Afridi trying to follow him, but he's been able to just maneuver it over extra cover. This is fabulous batting. To be able to place it and time it so well that he gets another boundary.
Right, have India left it till too late, or is there still a huge twist in this story? Now Shaheen Afridi is going back. He's going over the wicket. Shouts of Kohli, Kohli round the MCG. Hurried up on him. He wants a second. Hardik says, no, I'll handle the strike for a while. How noisy is it, Smithy, down there?
Well, you wouldn't have heard the call. You have to use hand signals out there, Harsha. It's impossible to hear anything, to be fair. It is just, as I said before in commentary, hands down, the most amazing atmosphere I have ever heard at a game of cricket, ever.
You do a lot of touchline stuff in rugby, but it couldn't be as noisy as this.
No, it couldn't be. It could not be. Seriously, this is special.
Now what can Hardik do here? 37 of 32. Well bowled again. The hitting, the banging into the middle of the wicket.
Yes, worked. That length has worked, especially against Hardik. They've been able to bowl that short ball and the slow bouncer, which has been difficult to get away. 13 off the over, but they still need more.
He looks like he might be carrying a bit of a niggle too, Hardik Pandya. So running might be a factor if they have to.
They're not going to win it by running though, Smithy. 13 of this over. Kohli goes over the infield for 4. That's the over they wanted. Virat Kohli is turning it on in style here in the stadium. Is dancing to his beats. It's 129 for 4, 31 needed of 2. At the same point, Pakistan was 6 ahead. It's coming down to that dreaded 19th over, but it's dreaded 19th when India are bowling. And as you'd imagine, it's Harish Rauf. This is the over for the match for Pakistan. I reckon India needs 14, 15 at least of this one. Right, Bazid, what's he going to do? You've seen so much of Harish Rauf. Is he going to bowl the slower ones into the deck, the quick Yorkers?
I think he's going to be into the deck. Even if it's slow, it's still going to be into the deck.
Fine leg is up, but third man is out on the boundary for the uppercut. He's put that in the gap. No, he hasn't. Just the single, but it's Virat who's turning it on, who's now back in strike.
Buzzard, I've got a question with you. Who bowls the last over? Who has to bowl the last over?
think Naseem Shah will bowl the last. Oh no, he's finished. Oh, he's got one from Nawaz left.
Yes,
that's the Nawaz over.
Exactly.
Yeah, Nawaz will have to bowl that last over. So Haris Rauf doesn't want to go for 14, 15. That's what Babar is thinking. Haris Rauf can just go for maybe 10, 12, and that leaves enough for Nawaz.
This is the contest. Just a single. Was 20 of 2 in the Asia Cup when Haris Rauf bowled the 19th. And I think Pandya got 14 of that, leaving just 6 for Nawaz to bowl the last over. So Haris Rauf's job here is very clear, Bazit. Leave enough for Nawaz. Leave enough for Nawaz.
Well, 100 partnership of 75. They have come back into the game, but there's still a lot to do.
Well, misses. Hardik's been becalmed a little bit. I didn't think you'd say that with him and Virat batting.
This is brilliant from Haris. That one banged into the pitch. He's gone for that delivery more often than not because of the surface, because of the way Hardik plays. He's attacked him that way.
Vidhi, how many from the last over does he leave?
He's got to leave. He's got to leave if he can. If he can, he's got to leave 18. I believe 18. There you go. We've seen a 20 over a couple of times.
29 still. Hurries up on him. No timing at all. Is Virat going to go for 2? No, Virat says, I'll take the strike. This is outstanding from Haris Rauf so far. 28 of 8.
For me, Harsha, Hardik Pandya's trying to hit that short length too far in front of the ground. I would be surprised if Virat Kohli uses that pace in a different fashion. Pretty hard to combat that flat batting down the ground.
There's a third man down there who's so fine for the uppercut, but fine leg is inside the circle. They're looking for power. Kohli goes down the ground. Kohli goes out of the ground.
Wow.
This is a sensational hit from Virat Kohli. 68 of 49 is turning it on. Is this the Virat Kohli who could score a run some time back? He's come back in some style.
What a shot this is. It's a slow one into the pitch, and he's just stood tall on top of the bounce. And he's hit it big with almost a straight bat. India needed this. They need another one. But this is quality.
What a big delivery in the context of the game. We talk about 240 balls. This is so big. Now third man is coming up. Fine leg is dropped back. What is he bowling, Bazit? Come on.
They want to keep Hardik Pandya on strike, Pakistan. Whatever happens here.
Kohli goes over fine leg. He might have cleared the boundary. He has. What a way to end that Haris Rauf over. That was looking so good. 2 sixes. India now needs 16. Hope springs anew. What a game we've got. 144 for 4, 16 to get.
Yeah, this is immense from Virat Kohli. Last couple of deliveries, this time just a flick. Let the ball come on. Class of the man, deposits that into the stands. He knows those 2 deliveries have brought India back. They needed it. It's still not done, but India are back.
113 the partnership now from 79. Smithy, who said 18, it's 16, Smithy, of the last over.
That second ass delivery will live long in my mind. That shot is nigh on impossible for a normal human being. To hit that length back down over the bowler's head on a very long boundary for 6 was quite astonishing. That forced the error of length in the last delivery, and I always knew that he'd use the pace to his advantage down the ground, down past fine leg. This guy is a genius. He might not win it, but he's a genius.
You just love the pressure. There are some people who get buoyed by pressure. There's some people who get burdened by it. I think Kohli gets buoyed under pressure.
Incredible.
That last hit. I know Smithy talked about the one down the ground. You don't always see Virat play this one over fine leg.
The 16 to get, left arm spin. Hardik will fancy himself really with spin on. There is so much discussion, so much pressure riding on these first couple of deliveries.
And look where Mohammad Rizwan is standing to spin. The keeper is 4 to 5 metres back.
Why would that be so, Smithy?
They do not want to steal one. They do not want him to work it fine. They want to keep Hardik Pandya on strike. That is what they've been talking about.
Hardik is a fabulous player of spin, but he's struggling a bit today, 40 of 36. Right, here we go. 16 to get from 6 balls, 90,000 people at the MCG. God knows how many millions around the world, and what a spectacle you've had so far. Cover is long and deep, long on and long off, right behind the bowler. Sows a very straight mid-wicket. Here's the first ball. It's a miss hit. It's a miss hit. The catch is taken. It means the new batsman is in strike. Virat Kohli thinks he's crossed over. It doesn't matter. This is a huge ball. Mohammad Nawaz has delivered.
Yeah, wanted to go leg side, swung through. Maybe trying to hit it too hard, but doesn't matter. Nobody cares really, because it's just gone in the air. Not trying to spin it is Nawaz. The edge, Babar keeps calm, takes the catch. It's a dot ball. New batsman on strike. Pakistan now with the ascendancy. Hardik for 40, it's 144 for 5.
He's 37 years old, Dinesh Karthik. He's had a wonderful day as a wicket-keeper. But these are the situations that you dream of. Sometimes people think you're 37 years old, you should be watching other people play. But his perseverance, his determination, he's worked hard. And now he's coming to a situation, it's very cold out in the middle. But he's got to turn the heat on and get 16 or 5.
Well, does he? Does he, Harsha? What have they talked about? What have they talked about? What has Kohli said to him? Give it to me. Just get one. Give it to me. I can win this the way I'm hitting it. Or does he say, be bold, be brave, you go?
I think he says, be bold. Karthik is in the side to do that. He takes a single. Then it's 15 or 4. Then you need 4 boundaries. This is a fabulous result for Pakistan, this first ball. And remember, you cannot cross over anymore. The new batsman is in. What does Karthik do? He plays the sweep shot very well. Not much power. He had made up his mind early on. It's a wonderful start for Pakistan.
Kohli wants a no ball. He's going for height. Marais Erasmus having nothing of it.
Yeah, he just signalled that DK was halfway down the track, so no ball. 4 deliveries, 15 to get now. Virat on strike. Virat has been the one who's been hitting the boundaries. Not been Hardik, it's been Virat. So the right man in terms, especially for India, on strike right now.
But he needs 2 sixes. The boundary, the 4s won't do now. He needs 2 sixes. What's the field now? Long off straight, long on straight. Shadab is in the middle of it all. At deep mid-wicket, very straight. Cover very straight. The big hits down the ground are all covered. 15 or 4. Kohli goes down the ground. He'll only get a single. Is Karthik going to come running back? They need Virat Kohli in strike. Karthik dives. Is he 37 for real? Completes the second. But now it's 13 of 3.
Yeah, just getting to that moment now. They need 6s. This ball has to go to the fence. Pakistan can almost see that line. The end is near.
Don't bowl a no ball, they're telling Nawaz. Don't bowl a wide. Look where the wicket keeper is. Stride back. They don't want any buys. Full. Has he got the timing right? Has he got the timing right? Oh, it's gone for 6. Now he's asking for the height. How high was that ball? They've got the 6 of the over. And now it's down to 7 from 2. Virat Kohli wanted the strike. He got the strike. Unprecedented scenes here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. It's been called a no ball. It's a no ball and a 6.
We've seen everything. Everything tonight. And still there's a huge discussion going on.
Now Rod Tucker's
not happy.
Rod Tucker's under siege here, and Murray Erasmus is going over to give him some help here.
Right, the square leg umpire has to make the call. The square leg umpire is Murray Erasmus. These are very, very emotional scenes here. Babar is not happy at all. But Murray Erasmus has his great ability to calm things down. They need 6 of 3 now. Is there another twist in this game? It's India's at the moment. Was that above waist high, Bazid? The umpires ruled so. It's 6 of 3 now.
6 of 3, and how the pendulum swings towards India again. Virat demanded the no ball straight away.
He wanted it of the earlier ball too. Dinesh Karthik at the non-strikers end is waiting. Now Virat, the game is in your grasp. Nawaz has 3 balls to go. 6 to get. What's Virat going to do here? That's wide. 5 to get now. The pressure is on the bowler. Who would have believed that this game would have as sensational a twist as this one? This match was gone. It was in Pakistan's pocket. And Virat Kohli is pulling it out at the moment, but there's still 5 to get.
And it's still a free hit. And Virat, well, he holds all the aces right now. He's been brilliant. 5 of 3 now.
Does he believe? Do Pakistan believe? He's knocked him over, but they'll take the run. It's running away down, but surely if it hit the ball, if it hits the stumps, they're coming back for 3. They get 3 of it. It was a free hit, remember. It was a free hit.
Yeah, inquiry now. Rizwan doesn't like it. He thinks it hits the stump, so the ball should be dead. But it was a free hit. So they've run 3.
Smithy, what's it like down there?
It's crazy. I mean, there's grown men. Some are crying, some are puzzled, some are jubilant. Ravi Shastri is standing right next to me. I don't think he's seen anything like this. 90,000. 90,000. You think it's value for money?
3 buys. And suddenly Pakistan are staring down defeat. He cleaned it up, the ball ricocheted, and Virat kept running, so did DK. And he came back for the 3rd.
Calm down, Virat is saying. Calm down, he says. It's not always that he says calm down, but there's 2 of 2. What does Dinesh Karthik do here? Virat Kohli is off strike for Pakistan, but he's off strike with just 2 to get of 2. It was that no ball for height eventually. Right, how are they going to play it? Does he tell Dinesh Karthik, go for it? What if he misses? Does he say, take a single, let's level the scores and give it back to me?
Well, what's happened here is Rizwan has now come up to the stumps because they need to get Karthik out. They need to get him out, and that brings a new player out if Kohli can't get back on strike. So that's why he's come up to the stumps for a genuine dismissal. The medium pace has not worked. It hasn't been accurate enough.
Trust the keeper to spot what the keeper's doing here. Where does Karthik get the single? Would that be his first goal? Because Smithy is absolutely spot on. A wicket here and a new batsman comes in with Pakistan still having a run in the bank. Okay, what have we got? The big field, is spread out. 3 on the onside. There's still only 4 inside the circle. This game is still alive, but only just. All eyes on Dinesh Karthik. All eyes on Mohammad Nawaz. No, is there a stumping? Is there a stumping? What a twist! Are we seeing a cricket match or what? Dinesh Karthik's got to walk back. Smithy, you were spot on. The new batsman will take strike.
Copy umpire review for stumping. TV umpire to director, we have an umpire review for stumping. Front foot checked, it's a fair delivery. We can move on to front on spin vision, please.
That was the moment for Dinesh Karthik, but it wasn't to be. Rizwan has been fantastic behind the stumps.
We're waiting for spin vision.
Out.
Yeah, keep that rolling through, please. Okay, thank you. I'm going to need to see your best side on angle, please.
Now, where did he take the ball here?
Keep that rolling through, please. Keep it rolling through, please. Keep it rolling through. I'm ready with my decision for the big screen.
Now Ravichandran Ashwin comes in. A single is Bazir.
He's going to stay down, we. What does Ashwin do, though? He try and hit it. Does he just try and take the one? Or does he
That's what happens.
Try and get a boundary?
That's what happens if you put Smithy down there. We mentioned the super over a little while back.
Pakistan can't have fielders on the boundary. They've got to have them in off the boundary. They can't let them run too, because they'll try. They will try if they get the chance. They've got to be hunting in closer. Over the top, so be it.
He's pulled it back. He has pulled it back, Nawaz. It's a wide, Nawaz. What have you done, Nawaz? And the scores are level with a ball. For Pakistan now, it's got to be a super over if they have to win it. And that was very, very clever from Ravichandran Ashwin. He quickly realized the ball was outside the leg stump.
Didn't back away, stayed where he was. Nawaz thought that he'd back away and he tried to follow him. Now India just need one. This game just keeps giving and giving. It's been stupendous this last over.
Right, everybody's inside. Everybody's inside to cut the single. Now what they've got to ensure is look for the run-out opportunity at the non-strikers end with Ashwin running there. Kohli will run. Nawaz, are you watching where Virat is inside the crease as you run into bowl? The scores are level, 1 run to get. There's still a couple of people out in the deep. What a game we've had. Nawaz, what have you got, Nawaz? Ashwin goes over, clears the infield. India win a famous win. You look at all the great wins over the years, and I think you'll find very, very few to compare with this one. This game was gone. Virat Kohli pulled it back. What a champion. What an absolute champion Virat Kohli is. And now Ravichandran Ashwin keeps it cool, produces the wide, then goes over. This must be heartbreaking for Pakistan. But Smithy down there must be absolute pandemonium. I don't think Smithy can hear
yes,
either.
I can. I'm just taking it all in. I'm absolutely taking this all in. Did you see Kohli's reaction? He bent down and he punched the fist onto the pitch. He has played so many special innings, but what does this mean, Harsha? How high does this rate?
I think I'm spotting a tear in Virat Kohli's eyes. I've seen Virat Kohli play for so many years. I've seen some of his best innings, but I have not seen a tear in his eyes, and I think I spotted a tear. India win by 4.
Taken away the victory from their hand.
This is what you play for. When you've retired, when everything is done, these are the moments you remember. And Ashwin, how clever was Ashwin after India lost Dinesh Karthik. And now Virat, the king, will just look around this packed Melbourne cricket ground. Rohit Sharma, watch your back. But it doesn't matter today. Isn't it? 90,000 people are singing and cheering and dancing here. Where did Pakistan lose it? This was Pakistan's game.
and goes back to the Hussey moments, it goes back to the Wade moments, and now it comes to the Kohli moments. They've got to come fighting back. This is difficult to digest.
Yeah, 48 in the last three. Pakistan were way in front, but this man just kept coming and kept them in the hunt, and in the end it was because of him that India now celebrate. Most of this 90,000 attendance in the crowd celebrate. What a game we've just witnessed. Pakistan, well, they made a few comebacks in the game. It just went one way and the other, and in the end, the class of the man prevailed.
I remember saying when Rahul Dravid was out of form, it's always England to the rescue. For Virat Kohli, it's always Australia. He loves playing in these conditions, but his record against Pakistan is astonishing. A big Sehwag-esque, his record against Pakistan. And he has pulled this match out of absolutely nowhere. You look down that total, 160 for 6. Virat Kohli's played 53 balls for 82. It is innings like these, Virat. It is innings like these that take you beyond the present and into legend. And this is the stuff legend is made of. Don't forget it was Ashwin with the winning hit. The field was in. He kept his cool, just timed the shot. Didn't try to hit it too hard. And he knew straight away he had done enough. 240 balls, Basit. It came down to one no ball, an inch over maybe. That's all it came down to. Then the roar from Virat Kohli. Punching the ground. There's so much bottled up inside Virat Kohli. That is where the tear came out. Hardik knew he was struggling. When Hardik was struggling, Virat was the one who picked up the baton. I didn't think I'd see this day. I'd seen Virat turn emotional over the last couple of years, looking at life and looking at cricket very differently. But the emotion all came pouring out in that moment. And there's Hardik, he thought he should have done it. There's DK, he thought he should have done it. And now they can breathe a sigh of relief.
Celebrate. There's a sense of relief also because many moments that match had gone. India kept coming back. Pakistan were good to start off with. Those early wickets for the faster men. First 10 overs, Pakistan in front. But you look at that batting order, only Hardik with 40 of 37, and he struggled. The only one player that stood out and played like it was the flattest track ever, 82 of 53.
I think it came down to 18.5 and 18.6. The two deliveries that Harish Rauf bowled, and we saw two astonishing shots that you must put on loop and watch again and again and again and again. The 1-6 straight down, and then the pickup shot over fine leg. It meant Rauf finished with 2 for 36. Shaheen Afridi's over had gone for runs before. He finished none for 34. Came down to Nawaz. They left him only 16. And that no ball that did it for Pakistan. But they had their hero, Shadab, 4 overs for 21. Young Naseem still getting better with every game that he plays, 1 for 23. And I thought if Virat hadn't done that, my player of the match was Iftikhar, 51 of 34 balls and a brilliant catch. So India win by 4 wickets, and it's time for another little reunion. Ravi Shastri meets Virat Kohli.
Well, cometh the hour, cometh the stage, cometh the man. 4 overs to go. What did you punch into the computer, Virat?
Well, if they stop talking, I can't hear. Well,
Virat, before you start, you have to collect the award from Mr. Venu Baman.
thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
All the best. Player of the match. Tell us.
Well, it's a surreal atmosphere. honestly have no words. I have no idea how that happened. Hardik kept telling me, just believe we can do it, stay till the end. Honestly, I'm lost for words.
No, you had a good partnership going, which was much needed. When did you decide you both had to go, or one had to go?
Well, I think when Shaheen bowled from this end, the pavilion end, that's when I kind of spoke to Hardik that we need to take him down. And then the conversation was simple. He said, Nawaz has to bowl 1 over. So I told him if I can take Harris down, then they will kind of, panic because he's their prime bowler. So I was kind of pumping myself up to hit 2 sixes when we needed 28 of 8, and that became 16 of 6. So, I mean, I'm kind of lost for words. I have no idea.
2 special shots of Haris Rao. Was that anticipation or premeditated? It had to be premeditated, yeah?
It's just instinctively I saw the and I told myself just stay still. The one at long on was unexpected. It was back of Williams slower ball, and then the next one I just just swung my bat through the line of the ball and it just flew over fine leg. Now standing here, I just feel like this was meant to be. I mean, it's a very, very special moment.
Where does this innings rank in your T20 career?
Well, till today, I've always said Mohali was my best innings against Australia. I got 82 of 52. Today, I got 82 of 53. So they are exactly the same innings. But I think today I will count this one higher because of the magnitude of the game and what the situation was. It seemed impossible, but then Hardik kept pushing me in that partnership and we just went deep and it just happened.
And a word for this crowd.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Thank you so much. You guys have supported me, shown me so much love and support for all these months that I was kind of struggling. You guys kept backing me and I'm very grateful for your support. Thank you.
Well, Virat, many congratulations. You've lit up this World Cup.
Thank you so much.
They call him King Kohli for a reason. He stands up in the big moments. It wasn't fast to get going. In fact, he was only 12 of 21 balls. But when it counted, the former skipper stood up big time in front of 90,000 screaming fans. He paced it to perfection. One of his finest performances, perhaps his best ever. You can see what it means to him. They were up against it, but in the end, it is 18 from 18 wins for India when Virat Kohli is unbeaten at the end. And didn't his teammates love every second of it? And so did this crowd. Look at this, not one person has left the MCG. They all wanted to hear from King Kohli after they witnessed that phenomenal knock from Virat. Welcome to Cricket Live. I'm Nerily Meadows. I've got Sunny Gavaskar alongside me. It is chilly in Melbourne, but that was hot out in the middle, Sunny. Your celebrations were almost as impressive as Virat's. What's going through your mind right now?
Unbelievable. Listen, a wonderful, wonderful win. Fantastic innings by Virat Kohli. The way he paced it towards the start because India had lost 2 wickets. He played a watchful innings. That was the need of the hour. And then in the company of Hardik Pandya, he just opened up. And those last 2 shots in the penultimate over against Haris Rao. Haris Rao, I always have felt that Haris Rao could be a far more dangerous bowler than Afridi because he bowls just that back of a length, which is difficult to score off. And to hit those 2 sixes, one that back foot punch, amazing. And that's why he is rated all over the world because of this ability to be able to pull off something which other batsmen won't even think of.
The scream from the crowd when he said, "Thanks for supporting me through the bit of a rough patch earlier this year." They just love him, and why wouldn't you, Sonny?
Of course, because look at his performances over the years. You've got to, every batsman, every player goes through a lean patch. and his was not exactly a lean patch. You see, he didn't score hundreds. That was the only thing. But that's because he's set these standards. He was scoring hundreds, and suddenly he was now scoring 70s, 80s, 50s. Now anybody else scoring 50, 70, 80, you wouldn't call him that he was short of runs. But because Kohli has set up that standard, because when you have people like, say, a Roger Federer, they win, Djokovic, they win. If they lose in the finals, if they lose in the semis, people think they haven't played to their potential. Same with Kohli. If he doesn't get 100, if he gets 80, people think he hasn't done it. You see, that is because he's set such high standards.
Let's put this into perspective. We're calling it a live at large performance from Virat Kohli because they scored just 45 runs off the first 10 overs of this run chase. They needed, as I eat my hair, 48 runs off the last 3 overs, and he managed to pull it off. How does he do it?
Well, I mean, there it is. I mean, that's why, he's got that special talent to be able to hit the good balls for boundaries and sixes. Also, do not forget the running between the wickets, where he was converting ones into two. These are huge boundaries. So you need that fitness, you need that strength in your legs, you need that stamina to be able to go back and forth for the second and the third. You know, how many threes were taken today? There were threes taken which very seldom see in T20 cricket because the boundaries are so small. But in Australia, you'll probably see a lot more threes, and that fitness is one of the reasons why towards the end also, if you were to play another 15 overs, he would have been fine.
That's absolutely spot on, isn't it? Let's take a look at his running here, particularly with Hardik as well. I mean, on these bigger grounds, it's just so important, isn't it, Sonny?
It is to convert the ones into twos. Look at that. Look at the way both are running. Look at the way they transfer of the bat into the left hand to be able to keep your eye on the ball every single time. If the ball goes to the offside, the bat is on the left hand. If it goes to the onside, the bat's on the left. Amazing awareness of what to do at what particular time.
The way that he timed his innings, as I say, 12 of 21 balls to start with, and obviously he had to be a little conservative because 4 wickets had fallen. Were you nervous though? Were you a little bit worried?
Yes, naturally, because when you have lost 4 top wickets, then you're thinking what's going to happen. There was still a long way to go. The overs were running out, but then Hardik Pandya came in. He also played a superb innings. Don't forget, he got the momentum going. It looked as if the Indian car had got stuck. He was the one who started to push it into the 3rd gear, 4th gear, and towards the end, it went into top gear.
So much drama and incredible, entertaining contest that we've just witnessed between the 2 greatest rivals in cricket, and let's be honest, 2 of the great rivals in world sport, India and Pakistan. It's time now to hear from both of the captains, Rohit Sharma, but first, Babar Azam.
Well, Babar, tough luck, but a real fighting performance.
Yeah, definitely. This is a tight game, but we have started well in bowling. So first in hours, we have our bowler is bowled very well, and then all credit to Hardik Pandya and Virat Kohli. They have finished the game and shift the momentum for India.
After the start you got, it wasn't easy, but a very good recovery.
Yeah, definitely. With the new ball, it's not easy. A little bit swing and seam help the fast bowler. So we are up to the mark. But later on, when we have after the 10 overs, and then he built the partnership, they cost the man.
But after 10 overs, you would have thought that you have a great chance of winning. What was the message to the boys?
Yeah, definitely we have a chance, but only we have asked the boys to just believe on yourself and stick to our plans and execute and give you 100%. But again, I give credit to Virat Kohli to his batting very well.
Yes, and it must be tough for a captain to make the choices who to bowl in the last 3-4 overs.
Definitely. We have, in the middle, we have just decide we take a wicket because that time we need a wicket. So that's why we are utilize our main bowlers. So then maybe Michael said good for India.
But in spite of the loss, you'll take a lot of positives out of this game.
Definitely, we have a lot of positive things, and the way Iftikhar playing and Shan playing until the end and finish the innings, so good for us.
Well, tough luck today, Babar, but long way to go in the tournament.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Rohit Sharma. Rohit, were you watching in the end?
I was in the dressing room. As you can see, I've got no voice left as well.
But unbelievable game, one of the best games of T20 cricket, with the way the pendulum swung from one side to the other.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you got to expect something like this in a game like this. We were always wanting to make sure that we stay in the game as long as possible. That was the message, that was the idea, and that is something that we've been talking constantly about it. You know, no matter what the situation of the game is, you got to back yourself and believe that you can pull through from whatever situation, and that's exactly what happened. That crucial partnership between Virat and Hardik, 100-run partnership, was a game-changing moment for us.
What was the pitch like? Because when you bowled first, the ball did a lot.
Yeah, the pitch had something in it for sure. There was a nice carry. There was a bit of swing as well up front. And I thought our bowlers utilized that pretty well up front. We used the conditions really well and put them, I wouldn't say under pressure, but they had to think what they need to do from there. And that was good to see from the bowling perspective. But yeah, I thought they batted well in the middle. They got to a decent partnership, and once the first half of the innings was over, we thought it is not going to be an easy target to chase, considering how the pitch was playing. We know we have to bat out of our skin to go and get that score.
Now, you mentioned the partnership between Virat and Hardik. Now, at that stage, in front of such a big crowd, so important that you don't panic, and they kept their heads.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those two guys are quite experienced. They played a number of games for India now and have been playing in that kind of situation. So I thought staying calm at that point and taking the game as deep as possible was very critical, and they exactly did that.
For early doors, when you win like this, must be massive.
Yeah, it's good for our confidence. You know, always nice to get off the mark in your first game, and such a big game as well. And the way we won, that is more pleasing for us from where we came when we were batting. We were in no position to get that target, but hats off to Virat, the way he batted. I think it has to go as not one of the best innings that he has played for India.
And in front of this crowd, 100,000?
Yeah, magnificent. I would like to thank everyone who came out here and supported. You could hear the noise right from the word go. So it was wonderful to see. And I will expect nothing less wherever we travel in Australia, because, we know wherever we go, these guys come and support us, and the support for us is very, very crucial.
Well done, Rohit. You deserve to go and celebrate with the boys.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Rohit Sharma's a pretty happy man, and these celebrations here with the former skipper and the current skipper, I love to see that. Sonny, how about you?
Yes, wonderful to see the camaraderie that has been there. It is, what a special innings. There is the other man as well, Hardik Pandya. He was the one who started it in a way, and that gave Kohli the confidence to start to open his shoulders as well.
Sonny, can you speak to what this means to Indian cricket, this game? I mean, we've spoken a lot about Virat Kohli and the performance and where it ranks in his career, but this actual game...
Because it's the first game of the tournament, you want to begin with a win. And against your arch rivals, you win. That gives you loads of confidence. And win in a manner, last ball win, that means, you say to yourself, come what may, whatever the situation in the other matches to come, we'll be right there.
Well, my auntie is also watching on from Mumbai alongside Gautam Gambhir. My auntie, it is absolutely rocking in Melbourne. How is it in Mumbai after that thriller?
Nez, our emotions are on absolute swirl. We are still buzzing. I mean, you're there standing next to an Indian World Cup winner, so am I. That's how fortunate we are when we are talking about a World Cup as well. When you see Rohit Sharma say something like that is the best innings that I have seen from Virat Kohli that he has played for India. When you see those pictures, you see those visuals, and we talk about the fact that, this is just a game of cricket. No, look at these celebrations across India, in Melbourne, the 90,000 of you that were in the stadium, the over 1 billion that are watching from over the homes. When it comes to India, Pakistan, and you win in a manner like that, it uplifts a nation, the mood, the temper. template has been set. And when you see emotion in the eyes of Rohit Sharma when the national anthem is played, when you see emotion in the eyes of Virat Kohli after a chase, the Chasemaster innings like that, you know that this is more than just a game. This has been a spectacle. It has been extraordinary. Standing next to an Indian match winner, that was something else from Virat Kohli. You spoke about it. You needed performances that didn't focus on the individual, but when the individual got you across the line in that fashion.
Oh, that's a serious performance. That's a serious inning as well. Look, he's already said it that he was short of words, so are we. Because at one stage, no one gave India a chance, especially after the first 10 overs. And even probably the last 8 balls, when you needed 28, those 2 shots of Haris Shroff, suddenly there was this belief that you can chase 16. Imagine if those 2 balls wouldn't have gone for those 2 sixes, and last over you would be needing 26. It was a completely different ball game. And some of the shots, especially that shot over long on, was an incredible shot. Probably that's the talent Virat Kohli has. I don't think so anyone can explain this kind of an innings, because under pressure against Pakistan, on a tough wicket, on a bigger ground, and probably he's looked completely apart from the rest of the other players who played on this wicket, whether it was from Pakistan's side or from India's side as well. Everyone had struggled and there was no fluency. But Virat Kohli, yes, he started off slowly, but the way he finished off, it's just you've got to give it to the man, and he's got that special talent, and probably he can continue from here on. India's got that first win, which was very important in this competition, and probably it was Virat's win today.
Gauti, it happens, when you see a heroes perform and you see moments like that. We had that once with Virat Kohli in the 2016 T20 World Cup. He averaged over 100. That performance, he himself mentioned against Australia, had powered India into the semi-finals. But today, he rates this performance higher, even though statistically they're the same, because of the magnitude. That is in Virat Kohli's words. The fans, they're loving this. But Gauti, for you, if you look at those 2 knocks or any knocks that you've seen over the years, where would you rate this one?
Pretty up there, probably in the top 1 or 2. And what he just mentioned was spot on. Probably when he was playing against Australia, it was at home. It was Mohali, flat wicket. This wicket against Pakistan, under pressure. When you've lost 3 or 4 wickets, you were 10 overs, 40 something for 4, and then needing 120 of the last 10. And then in Melbourne on a spicy wicket against a quality bowling lineup like Pakistan, where they've got 3 genuine quicks, and then being able to chase it down. And when Hardik got literally run a ball, he's got 40 of 36 or 37, and then finishing it off, probably literally getting more than 50% of the runs, and at that strike rate. So it has to be up there, probably better than Mohali, because if you see the magnitude, the conditions, the pressure, this was much more as compared to what Australia was. But then again, I think only Virat Kohli could have done it, and he's done that.
You're 30 odd for 4 at one stage, then there's a partnership between Virat Kohli and Hardik Pandya, and then again in the final overs, you're facing down someone like Haris Shroff, who's incredibly experienced in that 19. You still need runs, and this is how Virat Kohli played it out.
This is probably the shot of the tournament. There will be a lot of sixes in this competition, but this, hitting someone over long on, and that also a slow one. And then the next one, probably he just flicked it, but that shot, that control, he was always under control and under pressure. It was not that he's just played that shot. Under pressure, he knew that if he would not have hit that ball out of the ground, India would have been under serious pressure, because 28 of 8 is probably, you're looking at probably a defeat in front of you. It's just probably 2 good deliveries and the game was done and dusted. And then playing that shot under that kind of a pressure against Haris Shroff just shows that from 28 to getting 16 in the last over, suddenly you get that belief. It's just the quality of that shot. Probably you can't explain that shot. So in Melbourne, hitting over long on, a genuine fast bowler, was just an incredible shot.
But let's be honest, that last over, we thought it was set up brilliantly, but there had to be a little drama. It's India versus Pakistan. It's the best versus the rest. And Hardik Pandya is dismissed. Then what were you thinking?
I was shocked that Nawaz, what was he thinking? That he had a wicketkeeper back? Absolutely, I think it was a brain fade, because if you're a spinner, still try and have a wicketkeeper up and try and bowl like a left-arm spinner. You're not a medium pacer. So probably that was their only option, and you just had to bowl 2 good deliveries, and then probably because you're not used to bowling that seamer, you bowl that free hit to Virat Kohli. Yes, had someone hit you for those 3 sixes of those 6 balls when you're bowling a left-arm spin, you got to give it to the batter, but you've given the odds in favour of a batter. Suddenly when you see a spinner bowling a medium pace, you know that he's panicked. You know that he cannot defend those 16. You know that he's only hoping against hope, that he hopes that something miracle happens. But that's not going to happen, especially against the quality of Hardik Pandya, Virat Kohli, and then Dinesh Karthik to follow. Had he probably had a keeper up and bowled those left-arm spins, it could have been difficult for India, especially when we got Hardik Pandya out.
Just those final two deliveries, you also kind of see the experience of Ravichandran Ashwin showing through, knowing exactly what to do in those sort of situations. A massive win for Team India at the start of their campaign here in this T20 World Cup. Let's cross over back now to the MCG, where I'm assuming 90,000 people are still there along with you, Nez, and now you're joined by two World Cup winners.
That's right. Thank you very much. Great discussion there in the studio in Mumbai. Ravi Shastri joins myself and Sunny Gavaskar. Ravi, you're so close to this group. You were the coach this time last year. We saw Sunny jumping up and down on the boundary as those winning runs were hit. What did it mean to you?
It meant a lot. It meant a lot, especially those last few overs to keep their cool, and especially for Virat. Because I've seen what he's gone through in the last 3 years. If you needed a stage to make people firao their topi, like we say in India, he chose the right day. He shut everybody up with an innings of real quality. Like they say, come at the hour, come at the stage, come at the man. And he came to the party in the biggest of all contests, India versus Pakistan. I don't think he's played a better T20 innings. And towards the end of the innings, some of his shot making against high quality bowling was world class.
And don't go anywhere, because we believe Hardik Pandya will be joining us live here on the boundary at the MCG shortly. Of course, he put together that 100-run partnership alongside Virat Kohli. But Ravi, you just spoke about what Virat's been through in the last 12 months, a bit of a dip in form. What kind of mentality does it take from a champion like him to put in a performance like this?
It's just believing in himself, just staying calm, playing the situation, respecting the conditions, giving himself that extra bit of time, like we saw today. When India were way behind the 8 ball, he could have tried something, funny or flash and got out. He kept his cool and then waited till the moment when he's at his best. No one plays those numbers better than him in the final 4-5 overs. That's been the strength right through his career, whether it's 50 over cricket or it's 20 over cricket. Not for nothing you get over 70 hundreds and plenty in the shorter format of the game. So, he showed it today, and I think this innings will do India's confidence. Forget
over, because it looked for all money like it was going out of India's grasp. That moment to stand up in those 2 balls.
Oh yes, I think, look, that reduced the final over to 16 in the final over. Otherwise it could have been 22 in the final over, and that would have been tough. So really, I think, look, he's been India's best chasemaster in the 50 overs format. We've seen him win so many matches with the kind of stroke play that he has. We don't normally see him hit sixes, because he finds the gaps, he hits the boundaries, he runs so fast between the wickets. But these were the shots that were needed for that moment. And to be able to pick the shots and play those shots that the moment requires, that the situation requires, takes something special.
It really was something special. The celebration as well. What I really love, Ravi, is that with a couple of balls to go, and obviously those last few balls took a while because there were wides, no balls, that sort of thing. But Virat Kohli actually turned to the dugout and said, keep it calm, keep it calm. Yeah. His celebration at the end was not keeping it calm. He couldn't contain himself.
He couldn't contain because it was in. It was in there. It was bottled up for so long. And, he had to keep his cool, especially in that last 2 balls. If he had shown any kind of anxiety or panic, it would have shown on the other players. But once that last ball was hit, you can see how much it means to him. This is the biggest of all matches, India versus Pakistan. If you want to come back and make a statement in front of 100,000 people, the stage, the World Cup, the opening game, after being thrashed last year, in the World Cup, this is the way to do it.
And the fact he acknowledged that it's a big ground here. We know he knows the conditions so well here in Australia, and he loves the conditions here, but he's running between the wickets. Sunny and I spoke about it a little earlier in the post-show, but it really was using all of what he has in his armour, really.
I mean, who has a record better than him over the last 7-8 years in Australia?
He's scored more runs than any other overseas batter in Australia.
Yes, test matches, he's got hundreds galore. One-day cricket, he's got runs galore. T20 cricket, he showed why he's one of the best today. He just loves these conditions. He loves the ball coming onto the bat. He's got the game for these conditions. And plus, Australia does something to him. It ignites him. It just, that switch on button comes on straight away.
And I can tell you now that Hardik Pandya is on his way over to our studio, and that's why the fans behind us are getting even louder as we finish watching this of the running between the wickets between Virat Kohli and others. Waiting to see if Hardik's coming in, but let's chat a little bit about him if he does come over, because that partnership that he put together with Virat Kohli, Sonny, you're nodding your head. We saw what he can do in the IPL. We've discussed it a lot. The fact that he's back to full fitness and bringing everything with the ball as well tonight and with the bat. How impressed were you with Hardik Pandya tonight?
Very, very. Look, because he kept his cool and he knew exactly what shot to play at what particular moment. Yes, I think he got out to that first ball of the final over when he was looking to play the shot because the fielders were placed accordingly. But the way he has shaped as a cricketer in the last couple of years has been phenomenal. He's always had the talent. He's always had, there was possibly a question mark against his temperament. He showed us in the IPL by promoting himself to number 3. Taking on the responsibility, and I think that has changed him. Just like it changed Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma, before he became captain, was playing beautiful innings, but not finishing it. After becoming captain of Mumbai Indians, he was finishing matches, he was scoring big hundreds, and that is exactly what Hardik Pandya is doing now. He's aware of the situation, aware of what he means to the team and also to the opposition, and is using that to the best effect possible.
And once again, you know him so well. What have you noticed about him and his leadership that he's bringing from this time last year?
From day one when I saw him, I knew this is a smart cookie. He's a good reader of the game. He understands situations, and you saw like today, that's inbuilt in him. He's very calm under pressure, and he knows when to turn it on. I know the conversation that might have taken place there. Just hang in. Let's take the game deep. Both of us can hit big shots towards the end. You can pepper the boundary. I can hit the sixes. Let me take a chance first. He did that against the spinner and then stayed there towards the end. And like Sonny mentioned, he's fully fit now. He's worked hard during that IPL. He can bowl his 4 overs. He changed the game today with those 3 wickets in 2 overs and then came out and got all those runs, And he's,
And let's bring him in now, shall we? Come on in.
From day one, you knew this guy was a smart cookie. He read the game very well, and like we say in Indian language, he's a chore cricketer, He was. Yeah.
I'm going to have to get you to share the microphone with Hardik over there. Congratulations.
Thank
Can you
you
just tell us what's going through your mind right now?
I'm just happy to cross the line, but I said it as well when I got out. I think even if we would have lost the game, I was genuinely as proud as what I am right now, because it needed some fight. It needed to show some character, or more than anything, we knew it's not going to be a walk in the park. We knew that they will come out hard. They are an international team. They have fantastic bowlers, but this is one of my best partnership I ever had in my career.
Are you emotional?
I'm emotional because my father came in my thought. I mean, for the longest time, I've not cried for my father, but he would have been very happy to see 90,000 people wishing, because he has made, to credit to him, he has made a lot of sacrifices. I love my son, but I don't think what he did for me I would be able to do. He left a city where he was running a business for a 6.5-year-old child who had no idea that he'll achieve where I am right now. But I think that was his vision to, make us reach here, and I think it's for him.
That's pretty special.
It is, indeed.
You mentioned the atmosphere, 90,000. Talk me through what it was like out there with you and Virat Kohli in the middle under an enormous amount of pressure, and you've got 90,000 fans screaming.
To be honest, the pressure was not there. The reason is that I think the kind of players we are, both of them I'll say, is we absorbed all this. This is what we live for. I don't think for me a game which is a dead rubber, and I don't like to do it, because I feel that I have in my career I have 70 games which I want to play with in a level which I expect myself. So this is the game which I was looking forward to, and I will remember this for the longest time, and they deserve this game. I mean, the kind of game it happened, I think they deserve exactly this kind of a cracker of a game where they actually got their guts out basically.
So what were you thinking when 3 overs were left and 48 were needed? What was the conversation between the two of you?
We were, sir, keeping. We're just talking positively, making sure that we're gonna do it no matter what happens. Yes, they are bowling well, but they will be in pressure as well. So we have to. They were bowling well, so we knew that we need to play some extraordinary shots. But those 2 sixes of Harish Rauf, which Virat played, I think one of the best shots I have seen at that situation, and with that control and not a full ball, a back of length ball going over mid on an 80-meter boundary. Yeah, that was the special.
Hardik, you changed the game. A lot of people will talk about the chase and how we finished, but I thought the game changed in your 2 overs when you took 3 wickets. Now, what are you thinking? Because you have a knack of taking wickets. So when you get the ball at that stage, 91 for 2, you thinking wickets, or what are you thinking?
I would like to say that I like to go for wickets because that I know I've spoken to you as well before that in T20 cricket wicket changes the whole momentum. I don't think if those 3 wickets would have not come at that situation, we could have maybe chasing 10 runs more. And it's not about 20 runs, but it's just 10 runs. But if you see on the high end side, those 10 runs would have costed us the game. And initially when first 2 overs when I bowled, I kind of realized that the help was only coming when with the new ball. When the ball got old, it started becoming a little better to bat on. But after that, I realized that, I need to be tighter than the line and let them hit good shots, no matter what. I will not give them a boundary. If they want to hit me, they need to play some terrific shots.
Do you know what I love? Is that you spoke about your child, you spoke about your dad, and the way that you're talking right now, you sound like a little kid that's just living out his dream tonight. Is that how it feels? Even though you've been around for a long time, but this has got to be something beyond.
I mean, as I said, this is what I live for. These are the games. I enjoy all this. This is what I think. I'm a show. What do you call it?
Showman.
Yeah, showman. I'm a showman who loves. I will not come every day, but when I'll come, I want to put on a show, and that's why I messaged my wife and my few closest people. I said, I don't know. I just had a gut feeling that tonight's gonna be a special night. So I messaged my 6 of them that saying, tonight, whatever I do tonight, I'll try to put on a show for you guys, and everything I do will be for you guys. So, yeah, I'll sum it up.
I can tell you what, those 6 people were actually $1.5 billion as well. There was $1.5 billion who enjoyed that show.
Yeah.
Hardik, thank you so much. Not just for joining us, but for the show that you put on tonight. You made a lot of people very happy indeed. It's been a joy to watch you.
Fantastic.
Hardik Pandya.
Well done. Proud of you.
A brilliant performance. Sunny Gavaskar, we're also going to let you go as well because I think you've got some other duties. I'm going to chat to Ravi, and I believe that Virat Kohli is not far away, so don't go anywhere. But Sunny, well done. I know you're really happy about tonight, so go and enjoy it.
I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon.
Ravi, as Sunny heads off for some other duties, I mean, just hearing Hardik and what it means to him, that was really lovely just now.
Yeah. And he's been that way. It's not a put on. Let me tell you that, because I've known this guy from day one. These things come naturally to him. He loves the game. He's passionate about the game, and he doesn't want to play the game for the sake of playing it. He wants to put on a show. What he was saying there, he actually meant it. Because when he goes there, he wants to do something different. He wants to make an impact. He's that kind of a player, whether it's with bat, ball, or in the field.
And Virat Kohli not far away from joining us as well after that incredible knock. Just repeating that statistic, 18 times that Virat Kohli has been unbeaten at the end of a T20 international. India have won all 18 of them. That just tells you how important he is to this side.
It also tells you how his mind works. When you pull out that stat, people shouldn't get surprised with what he did today. Because, it's like a computer working in that last 5 overs. This shot selection, Hardik mentioned, we've mentioned, those 2 shots of Harish Rauf. I mean, you'll pay whatever money you'll have to pay to see those kind of shots. Bang down the ground, on the up, and then flicking him over square leg for 6. These are special shots. They don't come every day. It's simply outstanding.
You can hear the crowd behind us, Ravi. Virat Kohli is joining us now live. Virat, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations tonight. Can you speak to the emotion that you're feeling right now?
As this man famously told us many a times, the penny hasn't dropped till now. I can't bring the emotion out right now. The other guys felt it more because they were out there, they were feeling the nerves. Honestly, I'm a little bit lost for words still. I can't really explain what happened out there. It looked almost an impossible situation at one stage. The kind of bowling attack they have, quality bowlers all round. But we somehow managed to get there. I mean, this is one of the best nights of my life.
This emotion here when the current captain lifts you as the former skipper and the way that you all just celebrated. What does this win mean to India?
It means a lot. I mean, after the last World Cup, we had a lot of things to work on. Coming into big tournaments, especially big games, we had to kind of step up and perform. We have a lot of pressure when we play. Indian team, wherever we play, every other team literally comes out and plays their most free cricket against us because there's so much more pressure on us to get the results. Everyone's looking at us all the time. So this, I think, emotion was a build-up of the last 6-7 months, what we've done as a team. The environment's great. We've set out some goals for us as a team, and to win games like this in a big tournament, then it really sets the platform for you to go on further. And in difficult situations, you have the belief, so no one panics. So everyone can kind of step up and win games for the team from here on, moving on ahead.
Virat, just saying today, that you mentioned the quality of the attack. Sixes weren't easy, of either their spinners or their fast bowlers. We saw a change in strategy where both you players started hitting along the ground, hitting into the gaps, looking for the boundary. Was that a genuine
effort? It was a conscious effort to kind of pick the gaps initially, create some panic, pull the fielders in, run twos, and then kind of try and hit over their head. But in the end, when the situation was such that you had to hit the big ones, I changed my bat. I was playing with a lighter bat because they're 145 plus, all three of them. But then I was like, just swing through the line of the ball. And I kept believing in myself. Those two shots to Haris Rauf were the time that I really told myself, I was just talking to myself, you have to hit 2 sixes here. Otherwise, there's no chance we're going to win this game. And I told Hardik, if we can go after him, and if he goes for a big over, they will panic big time. And that's exactly what happened.
We're having a look at these sixes right now. Hardik Pandya said these are two of the best cricket shots he's ever seen. What were they for you?
Well, the second one was kind of a freak shot. I was expecting him to go back of length, try and double bluff me because he brought third man in and point was in as well. I knew he's not going to try and bounce me because I was kind of expecting the short ball and I can, swing over fine leg for 6. So I was trying to make room a little bit. I didn't move much. And then when the ball came towards my hip, I just swung through the line. I honestly didn't plan that shot. The one I hit straight, I kind of wanted to hit him down the ground. Because that's the best position for me as a player. When I look to hit down the ground, then I can kind of pick the length of the ball and swivel across to hit square of the field as well. But yeah, these were, with shots like that, you understand things were just meant to be. They're freak shots that just happen. You can't claim it.
No, easier said than done. But in that partnership, not one single panic. 4 down, 40, plenty to get. Which is, like I said, not easier said than done. You were calm and composed, both of you.
I think a lot of credit has to go to Hardik because he came in and he was very, very positive. He kept telling me, just keep striking the ball, just keep pushing in gaps. Let's take the game deep. It can happen. We can do it. Honestly, I was feeling a lot of pressure at that stage because I've been in these situations quite a bit. So I understand that as a senior player, a guy who's played for so long, there's a lot of expectations and a lot of responsibility on you. But then when he came in and he hit a few boundaries, I kind of opened up. I was like, it's T20 cricket at the end of the day. We have to hit boundaries. You have to go after the bowlers. But that partnership, when it got to 100, we didn't even realize because we were just enjoying soaking that pressure together and kept talking, running hard. And we kept watching their body language and we knew that it's going to turn at some stage. It turned quite late, to be honest. We would have liked to do it earlier, but then we could not have afforded any more wickets at that stage.
You were personally 12 off 21. As a team, 45 runs off the first 10 overs. You needed 48 off the last 3. Can you just speak a little bit to the way that you timed your own knock and whether or not you were even a little bit nervous at your own strike rate at any point?
All these things look great at the end. To be honest, when I was 12 off 21, I was like, I'm really messing this game up. I'm not pushing ball in the gaps. But then when you have experience, then you understand the value of batting deep. That's always been my role playing for India. To bat 16, 17 overs because I know that I can do a lot of the power hitting towards the later half of the innings, and that's always been my strength. I can strike at 250, 300 as well. when I become really confident, and there's only one guy under pressure, and that's the bowler. So I always try to get to that situation where I'm not feeling any pressure. I'm not saying I didn't feel pressure today, but then you give yourself that platform to then say, you know what, it's their game to lose now. It was almost their game to lose. We were just swinging through the line of the ball, and we knew when Nawaz bowled that no ball as well, I knew it. The keeper standing back, it was looking like, you know, this is our moment and we need to capitalize.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this statistic as well, but you said you needed to stick it out till the end. India are 18 for 18 when you're unbeaten in T20 internationals. What does that tell you?
Well, I need to be there at the end. Keep being unbeaten. I need to be there at the end. That's a simple stat. Well, look, I love these situations. I love having a score on the board because it allows you to kind of understand the conditions, understand the dimensions of the ground, understand the bowling attack, and then know exactly what to do at what stage. It's actually, a lot of people talk about pressure while chasing. For me, it's clarity. You know exactly what you have on the board and you just need to get it. So it's a difference of perspective, which has always helped me, and I like these challenges. I take a lot of pride in them. These are the kind of games that you play cricket for. You know, after 14-15 years, you need challenges like this to kind of wake you up once again and be like, you know, let's go again.
This ground, 100,000, every time you walk out, you do something. So it does make a difference when you stepped out today.
I love playing in Australia. The crowd was amazing. Our support was phenomenal. It was so loud. They didn't even let me talk after the presentation. So yeah, I love playing in this country. I love playing in front of these crowds. The stadiums are amazing. Atmosphere is amazing. The World Cup's kicked off in a phenomenal way, and hopefully it's an exciting one.
And you did mention in the post-match presentation the fact that the fans stood by you through a bit of a rough patch for you, obviously for most other people fine, and they cheered so loudly in that moment. What does the support mean to you?
I just felt like, even now when we went into the change room, I spoke to my wife Anushka. She was over the moon. You know, she just told me one thing: people are so happy, and people are calling me to kind of, you know, express their happiness. They don't know what to do. So I don't realize what has happened on the outside. My job is to do what I do on the field. But yeah, I mentioned the fans because in the IPL I experienced this when I was down, and the way people cheered for me and supported me, and the other team players as well. They wanted to see me do well, which is a very special feeling. That's when I felt like, you know, I've been able to kind of do justice to this opportunity that God's given me to play at this level, and it has impacted people in some way or the other, and that's why that very organic connect is there with fans and the players as well.
Well, I've got to say, as somebody who's been able to watch you across all forms of the game here in Australia, I know how well you play in these conditions. It was wonderful to watch it again live tonight.
Thank you.
Well done on an epic win. I know recovery is key in these sort of tournaments, so we'll let you go. Thanks so much for being so generous with your time. Well done. Unbelievable to get that sort of access to a man like that after the knock.